Hey guys, it's Gaba VR. I'm a 360 content creator and photographer, publishing 360 contents and tutorials on my channel. And this time I show you a really cool trick, filming myself in the mirror with an invisible camera. There can be various storylines for this, but now I will shoot a short home quarantine scene with a cloning effect and with some interaction between the characters on the different sides of the mirror. And of course I will shoot with a 360 camera. But let's jump into it and go on step by step. In this short video I shoot with two different camera positions. The first one is a normal camera angle with a view to the talent and the reflection in the mirror, and the other one is a really unique shot, creating an invisible camera look in the middle, looking like the camera was built in the mirror. For the first shot I put the camera on a tripod, making sure that the camera and the stand won't be visible in the mirror, and record the scene. I need two different takes, first recording the normal guy in the bathroom, and then the reflection with the mask in the mirror. This is the basic take you could record even with a traditional camera too. But the advantage of shooting with a 360 camera is that we can add virtual camera movements in post, so it will look more exciting than normal tripod shot. If you're interested about further camera movements and cloning techniques we can achieve by using a 360 camera, after watching this video check out my further tutorials on this playlist in the right top corner. I have already created motion controlled action scenes, clones with a moving camera and even a motion trail effect with very similar techniques. But now before going forward to post-production, let's see a brand new solution to shoot a mirror trick in front of the mirror with an invisible camera in the middle. Creating this shot I will take the advantage of the so-called blind spot or blind circle at the stitch line of the 360 cameras. Thanks to this phenomenon we can take photos and videos with an invisible selfie stick, creating a floating camera look and of course a flying paper plane video. Or a floating glass scene like this. You can find the in-depth tutorial of the paper plane video and the VR 180 behind the scenes video of the flying glass effect in the right top corner. And now I will add a very similar attachment to the camera, just like in the whiskey glass scene. I shoot with an Insta360 One X with a 10 hook stake on it. It will help me keeping a little distance from the mirror and also patch it to the surface a little bit. Although the camera has a blind area around the stitch line, if I put the camera to the mirror directly, the reflection will be so big that it will be visible on the scene. That's why I need to keep a small distance. So now I put this whole thing between my chest and the mirror. I slightly press it to the surface while the duct tape on the hook doesn't allow it to slide up and down. You know, safety first. I make sure that the camera is totally horizontal and I can start recording. You might have observed that in this small distance even the invisible selfie stick is not totally invisible. And despite the space between the camera and the mirror, the top of the camera is still a little bit visible. So this trick works the best wearing black clothes. Shooting in a white t-shirt it's really hard to hide the selfie stick or all of the wrinkles on the cloth, but wearing something black helps us achieving the perfect trick easily. In this case I wear a black sweater and record the scenes with and without wearing a mask. And now I can easily fix the imperfections around the base of the selfie stick and on the top of the camera. I create a dark layer taking a color sample from the sweater. I upscale it to full frame and create two masks over my chest. Now both the selfie stick and the camera are totally invisible. But after knowing this small trick, let's see the basics of the post-production step by step. First let's see the simple tripod shots again. I have a simple shot without wearing a mask. Here I just quickly wash my hand and then I get scared a little bit as the other guy with the mask appears in the mirror. And of course here is the mask take. I didn't move the tripod between the shots, so I can easily put them together with a simple mask. I move the footages on top of each other, create a mask or an inverted mask depending on the order of my layers, and of course I move them on the timeline to create a nice interaction. This is just a quick and easy masking trick while we have a little bit more job with the other one. The invisible camera scene wasn't shot with a tripod, so as I was moving, the camera was moving too. It doesn't matter if you only need a cool shot like this without cloning tricks, but when you are looking for something like this, or any further creative interactions between you and your reflection, you need some further things to do. Of course the main problem is the moving camera, so we have to stabilize the footages. And this stabilization method I show you can be very helpful in every case when you want to stabilize a shaky 360 footage. As I was shooting with an Insta360 camera, I opened my videos in Insta360 Studio. I apply flow state stabilization and turn on the log direction mode. This is what I cannot do in Premiere in a normal non-stage workflow. But now the biggest movements and camera twists are fixed. I just export the video in the highest resolution and go on. As you can see, despite the basic stabilization I applied, the camera is moving a little bit in both takes. So it would be really hard to stitch them together in Premiere. Or if you are shooting a 360 video for a VR headset, it would be still uncomfortable to watch, so we need further stabilization. It will be only a couple of steps and it's a totally automatic process, so you can do it in every case when you need a better stabilization in a 360 video. I open After Effects and import the semi-stabilized footage. I make a new composition from the video and open the VR Competitor tab. I add a 3D edit and I'm using 3D plugins. Then I click on Properties and apply the 3D camera tracker. It can take for a while, but after it's done, I just simply click on Add Camera and then on the Properties tab I stabilize the footage. It's only a minute and I can export the massively stabilized video. This method is so powerful that there will be no shakes and movements in the videos, so in this case I put two totally different takes together without any problems. I import these footages in Premiere, create a mask around the mirror just like before with the tripod shot, and the base of the effect is created. Now I have two different camera angles. The first camera is next to me, while the other and more interesting one is actually halfway between me and my reflection. But as you can see, it's still a 360 video which can be fun like this, but I go one more step forward and create a traditional video by reframing. This time I use the Reframe 360 plugin, which allows me to get rid of the fisheye effect if needed and works well with the raw INSP files too. So when my masking is perfect, I just create an adjustment layer and drag it over the whole sequence. I drag and drop the Reframe plugin and start animating. In this case I create a camera movement turning from the front to the mirror while the guy with the mask appears. I create my first virtual camera. As you can see, the camera I edit is camera 1, so I go down to the parameters and set it up. Playing around with the values of Rectify, I can get rid of the fisheye distortion a little bit. Then I go up to the camera animations and create a couple of keyframes, starting with camera 1 and camera 2. I go down and copy the parameters and switch the editable camera to camera 2. I paste the settings and start modifying them. Now all I need is a simple camera rotation, so I only modify one single parameter to turn around with the virtual camera. And as I'm working on an adjustment layer, all the changes affects both footages underneath. And I can turn the camera animations on and off with one single click, for instance if I want to modify masking a little bit. And I just create some fake camera movements like this depending on my storyboard, and I'm done. The tricky mirror scenes are created. I hope you like this effect and you will have fun playing around with it even during home quarantine. And if you like this short video, please thumbs up, and for further 360 content and tutorials, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you next time!